Have you ever wondered why, even when facing so many difficulties in life, you always find a mysterious strength that lifts you up? Why, even when everything seems lost, something inside you whispers that everything will be all right? If you are a Pisces, this is not luck, it's not coincidence. It's the deep and special love that the divine has for you. And today, in this video, you will discover the 12 spiritual reasons why God deeply loves the sign of Pisces. Get ready, because what you are about to hear may completely transform the way you see your own journey and your role in this world. Do you know that feeling that you came to this planet with a different mission, with a heart that feels too much, that connects with the invisible, that understands what others can't even explain? That's not weakness, my dear Pisces, that's your greatest gift. And the universe knows it. That's why you were chosen to carry a light that few can carry. But be warned, if you leave this video before the end, you'll miss crucial information on how to use these gifts God gave you to transform not only your life, but the lives of everyone around you. What you're about to discover isn't written in ordinary books. These are profound spiritual truths that will show you why you were born under this sacred sign, why you feel what you feel, and most importantly, why the Creator loves you in such a unique and special way. Stay until the end, because each reason I reveal is a piece of the puzzle of your existence. And when you put all these pieces together, everything will make sense. Reason 1. Pisces carries divine compassion in its heart. The first spiritual reason why God deeply loves the sign of Pisces is because you, born under this sign, carry within your heart divine compassion itself. That's right. While many people go through life preoccupied only with themselves, you feel the pain of others as if it were your own. You cry with those who cry, you rejoice with those who rejoice. And this, my dear person, is not a simple personality trait. This is a reflection of God's own heart within you. The compassion of Pisces isn't superficial. It's the kind that makes you stop in the middle of your busy day to help someone in need. It's the kind that keeps you awake at night thinking about how to alleviate someone's suffering. It's the kind that leads you to give what you don't even have, simply because you know the other person needs it more than you do. And do you know why you act this way? Because God placed within you a spark of His own unconditional love. The world today is becoming increasingly cold and selfish. People are so busy chasing after material things that they've forgotten to look around, to reach out, to offer a sincere hug. But not you. You continue to be that light in the darkness. And that doesn't happen by chance. It happens because the divine needs people like you here on earth. It needs hearts that still know how to feel, that still know how to love without expecting anything in return. Many times you may have felt weak for feeling so much. You may have heard people say that you are too sensitive, that you need to toughen up, that you need to think more about yourself. But let me tell you a spiritual secret. This sensitivity of yours is not weakness. It is your greatest power. It is through it that you can touch lives that no one else could touch. It is through it that you can heal wounds that no one else can see. God loves Pisces because He knows you are a direct channel of His love here on earth. Every time you hug someone who is sad, you are being God's hands. Every time you listen to someone without judgment, you are being God's ears. Every time you wipe away someone's tears, you are being God's own heart manifested in human form. And that is sacred. That is precious in the eyes of the Creator. And there's more. Your compassion isn't limited to just human beings. You feel for animals, for plants, for nature itself. You are saddened when you see an animal suffering. You are moved by the beauty of a sunset. You connect with the energy of the rain, the wind, the sea. This happens because you understand, even unconsciously, that everything in this universe is interconnected, that everything is part of the same divine creation. So the next time someone tells you that you feel too much, you already know what to answer. You don't feel too much, you feel exactly as much as God planned for you. And that is your mission, to continue being that loving and compassionate presence in a world that so desperately needs it. Don't let anyone extinguish that light that exists within you, because the universe relies on it to illuminate places that are still shrouded in darkness. Reason 2. Pisces have natural access to the spiritual world. The second spiritual reason why God deeply loves Pisces is because you have a natural access to the spiritual world. While many people spend their entire lives trying to develop their spirituality, trying to meditate, trying to connect with the divine, you were born with this connection already active. It's as if you have a direct line to heaven, and the line never drops. Do you know those moments when you feel a presence around you, even when you're alone? Do you know when you have a strong feeling about something that's going to happen, and then you find out you were right? Do you know when you dream about someone and the next day that person contacts you? That's not imagination. That's you accessing dimensions that are beyond the physical world. That's you using the spiritual gifts that God gave you from the moment you were born. Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac, and this has a profound spiritual meaning. You are the sign that closes the cycle, that brings with it the wisdom of all previous experiences. That's why you often have this feeling of having already lived other lives, of having already gone through situations that you can't even explain rationally. Your soul is ancient, it is wise, it is connected to higher planes of existence. And because of this natural connection with the spiritual, you can perceive things that go unnoticed by others. You enter a room and immediately feel the energy of the place. You meet someone and already know, without them needing to say anything, if they are well or going through some difficulty. You look into someone's eyes and can read their soul. This is not magic, it's not a trick. This is heightened intuition, it's spiritual sensitivity. It's a gift from the divine. Many times you may have doubted these perceptions of yours. You may have thought you were going crazy, that you were making things up, that you were being paranoid. But the truth is, you weren't wrong on any of those occasions. You were simply picking up information from a dimension that most people can't access. And the more you accept this gift, the more you trust this perception of yours, the stronger it will become. God loves Pisces because he knows you are a bridge between the material world and the spiritual world. You are able to bring messages from heaven to earth. You are able to channel energies of healing, love, and transformation. You are able to help other people awaken to their own spirituality, simply by being present, by sharing your light, by living your truth. And this connection with the spiritual doesn't make you better than anyone else, just makes you different. It makes you special for a specific mission, because the world needs people who can see beyond the obvious, who can feel beyond the tangible, who can believe beyond what the eyes can see. And you are one of those chosen people to remind humanity that there is much more beyond this physical reality. So don't be afraid of your premonitory dreams. Don't be afraid of your visions. Don't be afraid of the messages you receive through your intuition. All of this is God speaking to you. It's the universe guiding you. It's your soul showing you the way. The more you open yourself to this divine communication, the clearer your purpose in this life will become. And you will realize that everything has always made sense, that each experience has prepared you to be exactly who you are today. If this message resonated with your zodiac sign, trust me, it's no coincidence. When the universe wants to speak to you, it sends exactly the right signal, and you're here because you needed to hear this today. Your contribution as a subscriber or member is what keeps these messages alive, messages that touch, awaken, and transform lives. And if this video made sense to you, leave your birth date in the comments. Let's continue with our video now. Reason 3. Pisces is a master of forgiveness. The third spiritual reason why God deeply loves Pisces is because you are a master of the art of forgiveness. And when I say master, it's no exaggeration. While other people hold grudges, harbor resentment, hold grudges for years on end, you can look at the person who hurt you and still find room in your heart for forgiveness. That is sacred. That is divine. That is something only highly evolved souls can do. True forgiveness isn't just lip service. It's not about saying you've forgiven but still feeling anger every time you remember what happened. True forgiveness is liberating, healing, and transforming. And you, Pisces, have that capacity within you. You can look at someone else's mistake and see the humanity behind it. You can understand that people hurt others because they've been hurt, that people make mistakes because they're imperfect, that nobody wakes up in the morning thinking about destroying anyone else's life. This profound understanding of human nature is one of the greatest gifts God has given you. Because forgiveness is not just a favor you do for the person who hurt you. Forgiveness is primarily a liberation you give yourself. Every time you choose to forgive, you are cutting the invisible chains that bound you to the past. You are cleansing your energy. You are opening space in your heart for new and better things to enter your life. But I know that forgiveness isn't always easy. I know there are deep wounds, betrayals that hurt the soul, situations where you wonder if you should really forgive. And the answer is yes. Always yes. Not because the other person deserves it, but because you deserve that peace. Because you deserve to move on without carrying that weight on your shoulders. Because you deserve to be truly free. God loves Pisces because you reflect one of the greatest spiritual teachings that exists: unconditional love. And there is no unconditional love without forgiveness. You are able to love people despite their flaws. You are able to love people even when they disappoint you. You are able to love people even when they don't love you back in the same way. And that, my dear Pisces, is one of the closest things to divine love that can exist here on earth. And there's a very important detail. You don't forgive because you're foolish, because you're naive, because you let others walk all over you. You forgive because you're strong, because you're courageous, because you understand that holding a grudge is like taking poison and expecting the other person to die. You forgive because you know that revenge never brings peace. You forgive because you know that hatred only breeds more hatred. You forgive because you chose to walk in the light, not in the darkness. And do you know what happens when you truly forgive? You become a channel of healing not only for yourself, but for the other person as well. Often, when you forgive someone, that person begins to undergo internal transformations. They start to reflect on the mistakes they made. They begin to want to be a better person. And all of this happens because of the powerful energy that your forgiveness released. So continue being that person who forgives, who gives second chances, who believes in the transformative capacity of human beings. But also remember that forgiving doesn't necessarily mean going back to living with the person who hurt you. You can forgive and still maintain distance. You can forgive and still establish healthy boundaries. Forgiveness is liberation, not permission to be hurt again. The universe honors every act of forgiveness you perform. Every time you choose love instead of hate, you are raising not only your own vibration, but the vibration of the entire planet. Because forgiveness is contagious. When you forgive, you inspire others to do the same. And so you create a current of love and healing that spreads far beyond what you can imagine. Reason 4. Pisces sees beauty where others see only chaos. The fourth spiritual reason why God deeply loves Pisces is because you have the unique ability to see beauty where others see only chaos. While people look at a difficult situation and can only see the problem, you look at the same situation and can find the learning, the opportunity, the transformation hidden there. This is not illusion, it is not naivete. This is high spiritual wisdom. You have this magical ability to transform pain into art, to transform suffering into wisdom, to transform tears into pearls. How many times have you gone through something terrible and managed to draw a lesson from it that completely changed your perspective on life? How many times have you faced a devastating loss and over time managed to find meaning in that experience? This doesn't happen just because you are strong. It happens because you are connected to a deeper understanding of existence. God has placed within you the ability to see beyond appearances. When you look at a person who has made serious mistakes, you don't just see the mistake. You see the life story that led that person to that point. You see the wounds that have never healed. You see the potential for redemption that still exists in that human being. And this way of seeing the world changes everything. Because while others condemn and judge, you extend your hand and offer a new chance. Your unique perspective on reality makes you a natural healer. You can enter heavy environments where negativity reigns, and simply by being present, by radiating your light, that place begins to transform. People feel better around you even if they can't explain why. It's your energy, your presence, the love that flows through you that makes all the difference. And this ability to find beauty in chaos also manifests in their creativity. Many Pisces are artists, musicians, writers, poets. And even those who don't pursue artistic careers have a deeply creative soul. You can take a blank sheet of paper and transform it into a work of art. You can take simple ingredients and create a delicious meal. You can take ordinary words and transform them into messages that touch the heart. This creativity doesn't come from nothing. It comes from your connection with the divine. Because creating is a sacred act. When you create something, you are participating in the same process that God used to create the universe. You are taking nothing and transforming it into something. You are bringing into the material world something that previously existed only in the world of ideas, in the spiritual world. And that is incredibly powerful. But it's not always easy to see beauty amidst the chaos. There are days when life knocks you down. There are days when you feel exhausted from feeling so much, from carrying the emotional weight of the world on your shoulders. There are days when you look around and can only see darkness. And it's okay to have those days. You're human. You don't need to be strong all the time. You don't need to find the positive side of everything all the time. But even on your hardest days, there's something inside you that doesn't give up. There's a spark of hope that never completely goes out. And it's that spark that God loves so much in you. It's that ability to get up again even after falling so many times. It's that unwavering faith that in the end everything will be all right, that in the end love always wins, that in the end light always dispels the darkness. The universe needs people like you. It needs people who still believe in human kindness, even after witnessing so much cruelty. It needs people who still believe in love, even after having their hearts broken so many times. It needs people who can still see the beauty of life, even amidst so much suffering, because it is people like you who keep hope alive in this world. It is people like you who remind us that it is worth continuing to fight, that it is worth continuing to believe, that it is worth continuing to love. Reason 5. Pisces carries the wisdom of all lives. The fifth spiritual reason why God deeply loves Pisces is because you carry within you the accumulated wisdom of all your lives. As I said before, Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac, and this has a profound cosmic meaning. You are not just one sign among 12. You are the sign that closes the cycle, that carries with you the essence of all previous journeys, that understands at a deep level each of the experiences that the other signs live through. That's why you often feel like an old person in a young body. That's why you have this feeling of having already seen everything, of having already lived everything, of having already learned lessons that most people haven't even begun to understand. Your soul is not new to this planet. Your soul has already traveled a long way, has already undergone countless transformations, has already died and been reborn countless times in different forms and different eras. This ancestral wisdom you carry manifests itself in various ways in your life. Sometimes you find solutions to complex problems without even knowing where the idea came from. Sometimes you look at a complicated situation and immediately know what needs to be done, even if it doesn't logically make sense. Sometimes you say things so profound that even you are surprised where they came from. This is not luck, it's not coincidence. It's your ancient soul manifesting through you. And because of this profound wisdom, people are naturally drawn to you when they are going through difficulties. Do you notice how people seek you out when they need advice, when they need someone to confide in, when they need a word of comfort? This happens because, on an unconscious level, they feel that you understand. They feel that you have been through similar things, that you have a deeper understanding of life, that you can help them find their way. God loves Pisces because you are like a cosmic librarian, keeping all that wisdom to share with those who need it at the right time. You don't go around giving unsolicited advice. You don't try to impose your worldview on others. But when someone asks you, when someone sincerely seeks your guidance, you open that treasure chest of wisdom that exists within you and share exactly what that person needs to hear at that moment. And there's something important you need to understand. This wisdom you carry isn't just for you. It's not just to make your own life better. It's meant to be shared. It's meant to be used for the benefit of humanity. Every conversation you have, every piece of advice you give, every story you tell is planting seeds of transformation in other people's lives. You may not see the fruits immediately, but believe me, they exist and are growing. Your wisdom also makes you very intuitive about the cycles of life. You understand that everything has its right time. You understand that there is a time to plant and a time to harvest. You understand that there is a time to act and a time to wait. You understand that there is a time to hold on and a time to let go. And because of this deep understanding of the natural rhythms of existence, you are able to flow with life in a way that most people cannot. While others fight against the current, trying to force things to happen on their timeline, you know that sometimes you just need to trust and allow things to unfold naturally. This doesn't mean you're passive, that you don't pursue your goals. It simply means you understand that there is a greater wisdom operating in the universe, and that sometimes what seems like a delay is actually protection, and what seems like a detour is actually redirection towards something better. So continue honoring that wisdom that exists within you. Continue trusting in your profound understanding of life. And above all, continue sharing that wisdom with the world. Because every time you do that, you are fulfilling an important part of your mission on this earth. You are being an instrument of the divine to help other souls also awaken, also evolve, also find their way back home. Reason 6. Pisces has the gift of inner transformation. The sixth spiritual reason why God deeply loves Pisces is because you possess the gift of inner transformation. And when I speak of transformation, I'm not talking about superficial changes, the kind you make just to please others or to fit into a mold. I'm talking about profound transformation, complete metamorphosis, the rebirth of the soul. And this, my dear Pisces, is something you do better than any other sign. You have this incredible ability to get in touch with the darkest parts of yourself, with the most painful wounds, with the deepest traumas, and instead of running away, instead of hiding, you face them. You dive deep within yourself, you cleanse, you heal, you transform. And each time you go through this process, you emerge as a completely new person, like a butterfly emerging from its cocoon. This journey of inner transformation is not easy. Often it hurts. Often you feel lost along the way, wondering if you'll ever be able to get out of that dark hole you've fallen into. But you always do. Always. Because there is something inside you stronger than any pain, stronger than any fear, stronger than any darkness. And that something is your connection to the divine. God loves Pisces because you are not afraid to die in order to be reborn. And I'm not talking about physical death. I'm talking about symbolic death. Letting go of everything you were to make room for everything you can become. Letting go of old beliefs that no longer serve you. Abandoning behaviors that keep you trapped in the past. Saying goodbye to relationships that prevent you from growing. And every time you go through one of these little deaths, every time you choose to transform instead of remaining stagnant, you are participating in a sacred process. You are collaborating with the evolution of your own soul. You are saying yes to the call of the universe. You are trusting that there is something greater guiding you, even when you cannot see the complete path ahead. Your capacity for transformation also serves as an inspiration to others. When people see you getting up after a fall, when they see you rebuilding your life after a loss, when they see you smiling again after crying so much, they begin to believe that they too are capable of doing the same. You become a beacon of hope for those in darkness. You become living proof that it is possible to overcome, that it is possible to start over, that it is possible to transform pain into wisdom. And there's a very important detail about this Pisces transformation. It's not selfish. You don't transform yourself just to become better, to have a more comfortable life, to suffer less. You transform yourself because you understand that the more you evolve, the more you can help others. The more you heal your own wounds, the more capable you become of healing the wounds of others. The more enlightened you become, the more light you have to offer the world. And the universe recognizes and honors every step you take on this journey of transformation. Every tear you shed in the process is cleansing your soul. Every pain you face is strengthening you. Every piece of you that dies is making room for something new and better to be born. And in the end, when you look back and see everything you've been through, everything you've overcome, everything you've transformed, you realize you were never alone. That God was there by your side in every moment, supporting you when you thought you were going to fall, guiding you when you thought you were lost. So don't be afraid to transform yourself. Don't be afraid to leave behind what no longer makes sense in your life. Don't be afraid to become a different person from who you were yesterday. Because transformation is not betrayal of yourself. Transformation is fidelity to your highest potential. It is commitment to the best version of yourself. It is respect for the sacred purpose God has for your life. Reason 7. Pisces is the guardian of human emotions. The seventh spiritual reason why God deeply loves Pisces is because you are the guardian of human emotions. That's right. While the modern world tries to teach us that emotions are weakness, that feeling is dangerous, that crying is for weak people, you keep alive the truth that emotions are sacred, necessary, and an essential part of the human experience. And for that reason, you are so precious in the eyes of the divine. You are not ashamed to feel. You are not ashamed to cry when you are sad. You are not ashamed to show joy when you are happy. You are not ashamed to express fear when you are afraid. And that, believe me, is revolutionary in a world that forces us to wear masks all the time, to pretend that everything is okay even when everything is falling apart, to smile even when our hearts are bleeding. Your emotional authenticity is one of the greatest gifts you can offer to those around you. When you allow others to see you being vulnerable, when you share your emotions unfiltered, you are giving them permission to do the same. You are creating a safe space where people can take off their masks and be who they truly are. And that, my dear Pisces, is an act of unconditional love. God loves Pisces because you understand that suppressing emotions doesn't make them disappear. On the contrary, it makes them grow, transform into something heavier, more painful, more destructive. You know that emotions need to be felt, need to be expressed, need to flow through us like a river. And when we block this natural flow, when we try to build emotional dams, eventually those dams will break and the damage will be much greater. But you've also learned, along your journey, that feeling emotions doesn't mean being controlled by them. You can feel anger without acting violently. You can feel sadness without drowning in it. You can feel fear without letting it paralyze you. That's the emotional wisdom you've developed. The ability to honor what you feel while remaining connected to your center, to your essence, to that part of you that remains at peace even in the midst of the storm. And because of this deep intimacy with the emotional world, you become a natural therapist. People feel comfortable opening their hearts to you because they know you won't judge, won't minimize what they're feeling, won't say those empty phrases like "think positive," or "it could be worse." No, you simply hold the space for that person to feel what they need to feel. And this compassionate presence you offer is more healing than any advice you could give. Your emotional sensitivity also makes you extremely empathetic. You don't just intellectually understand what the other person is going through. You feel it with them. You cry with them. You rejoice with them. And this creates a deep connection between you and the people around you. They feel that you truly care, that you are truly present, that you are truly there for them. And in an increasingly cold and distant world, this ability to create genuine connections is rare and precious. But I need to remind you of something important. You need to protect your emotional energy. Yes, it's beautiful to feel with others, it's beautiful to care, it's beautiful to get involved. But you can't carry the emotional weight of the entire world on your shoulders. You can't absorb the pain of everyone you meet. You need to learn to have compassion without losing yourself in the process. And how do you do that? First, by establishing healthy boundaries. You can help someone without completely sacrificing yourself. You can offer support without becoming emotionally exhausted. Second, by dedicating time to caring for your own emotional health. This means doing things that nourish you, that recharge you, that bring you peace. It could be meditating, it could be being in nature, it could be creating art, it could simply be being silent. The important thing is that you set aside this sacred time for yourself. Because to continue being that guardian of human emotions, to continue being that welcoming space for others, you need to be well. You need to be whole. You need to have your own emotional cup full. Only then will you be able to continue pouring love, compassion, and care into the world. And the universe is counting on you for that. It's counting on you to continue reminding humanity that feeling is human, that crying is liberating, that expressing emotions is healthy and necessary. Reason 8. Pisces practices unconditional love like few others. The 8th spiritual reason why God deeply loves Pisces is because you practice unconditional love in a way that few signs can. And when I say unconditional love, I'm talking about that love that expects nothing in return, that sets no conditions, that doesn't demand that the person change to be loved. I'm talking about the kind of love closest to divine love that can exist here on earth. And you, Pisces, have this gift within your heart. You love people exactly as they are. With flaws, with imperfections, with all the mess they carry. You don't love the idealized version you wish they were. You love the real person in front of you. And that's rare. That's special. That's sacred. Because most people can only love when things are beautiful, when everything is going well, when the relationship is easy. But when things get difficult, when flaws appear, when the first disappointment arises, that love disappears. Not yours. Your love has deep roots. It's not superficial. It's not based solely on physical attraction or shared interests. It's based on something much deeper. On soul connection, on identifying with the essence of the other, on the ability to see the divine spark that exists within every human being, no matter how hidden it may be beneath layers of pain, fear, and trauma. God loves Pisces because you reflect His own love. Just as God loves us even when we err, even when we stray, even when we make bad decisions, you also have this capacity to continue loving even in the face of human failings. And this doesn't mean you're a doormat, that you accept being mistreated, that you lack self-love. It simply means that you understand that people are complex, that we are all in a process of evolution, that we all have good times and bad times. And because of your unconditional love, you end up attracting people into your life who are hurt, who are lost, who need someone to believe in them when they no longer believe in themselves. And you become that someone. You become the light in their darkness. You become proof that there is still goodness in the world, that there are still people who truly care, that there is still pure and sincere love on this planet. But that unconditional love you offer to others also needs to be offered to yourself. Yes, you heard me right. You need to love yourself with the same intensity, with the same compassion, with the same patience that you love others. You need to look at your own flaws and still accept yourself. You need to look at your own mistakes and still forgive yourself. You need to look at your own wounds and still embrace yourself with tenderness. Often, you are much harder on yourself than you would ever be on another person. You demand a perfection from yourself that you would never demand from anyone else. You blame yourself for things that were completely out of your control. You belittle yourself, criticize yourself, punish yourself. And this needs to stop, because you deserve to receive from yourself the same love that you so generously offer to the world. And when you learn to love yourself unconditionally, when you learn to be kind to yourself, when you learn to treat yourself with the same compassion you treat others, something magical happens. You become even more capable of loving. Your heart expands even more. Your light shines even brighter, because you are no longer leaking energy trying to fill an inner void of lack of self-love. You are overflowing, naturally pouring love onto everything and everyone around you. The universe celebrates every act of love you perform. Every time you choose to love instead of judge, you are raising the vibration of the planet. Every time you choose compassion instead of criticism, you are contributing to collective healing. Every time you choose forgiveness instead of resentment, you are actively participating in the transformation of human consciousness. And that is sacred. That is powerful. That is exactly why you are here. Reason 9. Pisces is a channel of healing for those around it. The 9th spiritual reason why God deeply loves Pisces is because you are a natural channel of healing for those around you. And when I talk about healing, I'm not just talking about physical healing, although that can also happen. I'm mainly talking about emotional healing, spiritual healing, healing of the soul. You have this power within you, and often you don't even realize when you're using this power. Simply entering an environment filled with sadness, anger, and tension is enough for you to be present, and that environment begins to transform. People start to feel lighter. Arguments begin to resolve themselves. Peace begins to settle in. And all of this happens because of the healing energy that flows through you. You are like a balm for people's emotional wounds. You are like a warm hug on a cold day. You are like soft music calming a troubled mind. God loves Pisces because you were chosen to be one of his instruments of healing on this planet. Every time you listen to someone without judgment, you are healing. Every time you offer words of comfort to someone who is suffering, you are healing. Every time you simply hold someone's hand in silence, you are healing. Because true healing doesn't come from complicated techniques or magic formulas. True healing comes from love. And you are full of love. And there's a specific type of healing that Pisces offers that's very special. You heal through your art, your creativity, your ability to express deep emotions in different ways. Whether through music, painting, writing, dance, or any other form of artistic expression, you can touch places in people's souls that normal words can't reach. You can make people feel that they're not alone in what they're going through. How many times has a song you created or a poem you wrote deeply touched someone's heart? How many times has someone told you that your words arrived exactly when they most needed to hear them? How many times have you not even known you were helping someone, but you were? This happens because you are connected to a higher source of wisdom that uses you as a channel to deliver exactly the right message to the right person at the right time. And this healing ability of yours also manifests in your close relationships. You are that friend who is always available for a deep conversation. You are that family member everyone turns to when they are going through a crisis. You are that coworker who knows exactly what to say to cheer up someone who is having a difficult day. People feel they can trust you with their deepest secrets, their most hidden pains, their most intimate shames. But as I've already said about your other qualities, you need to be careful not to burn yourself out in this process of healing others. You're not responsible for saving everyone. You're not responsible for solving all the problems of everyone who crosses your path. You can offer help, you can offer support, you can offer love. But in the end, each person is responsible for their own healing. Each person needs to do the inner work that only they can do. So establish healthy boundaries. Learn to say no when you don't have the energy to give. Learn to step away when you realize you're losing yourself trying to save someone. Learn to discern when to help and when to let the person learn from their own experiences. Because if you don't take care of yourself, you won't have anything to offer others. You'll become an empty well, and nobody can draw water from an empty well. Take care of yourself first. Recharge your energies. Do things that nourish your own soul. And then, when you are well, when you are full, you will be able to return to being that wonderful channel of healing that you are. And the universe will continue to use you to touch lives, to transform hearts, to illuminate paths. Because that is one of your most important missions on this earth. to be an instrument of healing and transformation for humanity. Reason 10. Pisces trusts in divine timing and universal providence. The 10th spiritual reason why God deeply loves Pisces is because you trust in divine timing and universal providence in a way that few can. While most people live in a hurry, anxious about the future, desperate for things to happen now, you have this ability to surrender, to trust, to allow things to unfold in their own time. And that, my dear Pisces, is high spiritual wisdom. You understand that there's a bigger plan unfolding, even when you can't see the whole picture. You understand that sometimes delays are disguised protections. You understand that sometimes the no's you receive are actually directions to better paths. You understand that the universe is always conspiring in your favor, even when it seems like everything is going wrong. And this unwavering faith is one of your greatest powers. God loves Pisces because you don't try to force things to happen. You don't try to control every detail of your life. You don't live under the illusion that you can manipulate destiny according to your will. Instead, you do your part, you plant the seeds, you water the land, and then you trust that in due time, at the right moment, the harvest will come. And it always does. Always. It may take longer than you would like, it may come in a different way than you imagined, but it always comes. Your ability to trust in divine timing also saves you from much unnecessary suffering. While others live in constant anxiety, always worried about what will happen tomorrow, you are able to live more in the present, more anchored in the here and now. You are able to appreciate the process, not just the end result. You are able to find joy in the journey, not just in the destination. And you possess a profound understanding. You know that everything in life has cycles. There is a time to plant and a time to harvest. There is a time to begin and a time to end. There is a time to hold on and a time to let go. And you respect these natural cycles. You don't try to harvest before it's time. You don't try to hold on to what has already fulfilled its purpose and needs to go. You flow with the natural rhythms of life, and therefore you experience less resistance. But I know it's not always easy to trust, especially when you're going through a difficult time. When you're in the middle of a storm, it's hard to believe the sun will shine again. When you're at rock bottom, it's hard to believe you'll be able to climb back to the surface. When you've been waiting so long for something that seems like it will never arrive, it's hard to keep having faith. And it's okay to have moments of doubt. You're human. What sets you apart, however, is that even in your moments of doubt, there's a part of you that doesn't give up. There's something deep in your soul that keeps whispering, "Trust, everything will be all right." And you choose to believe that voice. You choose to trust that intuition. You choose to have faith even when you don't have concrete proof that everything will work out. And that is true faith, believing before seeing. And do you know what happens when you truly trust? The universe moves to support you. Doors that were closed begin to open. Opportunities that seemed impossible begin to arise. The right people start appearing in your path. Everything begins to fall into place in an almost magical way. Because when you let go of control and allow divine providence to work in your life, you are opening space for miracles to happen. The universe honors your trust. Every time you choose to have faith instead of despair, you are strengthening your connection with the divine. Every time you choose to believe that everything will work out in the end, you are aligning your energy with the frequency of abundance and manifestation. Every time you choose to trust in divine timing instead of living in a hurry, you are allowing the highest plans to unfold in your life. And these plans are always better than anything you could have imagined with your limited mind. Reason 11. Pisces carries an ancient and powerful spiritual mission. The 11th spiritual reason why God deeply loves Pisces is because you carry an ancient and powerful spiritual mission. You are not here on this earth just to live an ordinary life, to do the things everyone else does, to follow the path that society expects of you. No, you are here to fulfill a sacred purpose that was planned long before you were born. And deep down in your soul, you always knew this. Since childhood, you've probably had this feeling of being different, of not quite fitting into the world around you, of seeing things in a way that others didn't, of feeling things in a way that others didn't. And that wasn't because there was something wrong with you. It was because you were called to a different mission, to a less conventional path, to a higher destiny. God loves Pisces because you came to this planet at this specific time to help with the transition of consciousness that humanity is going through. We are living in times of great transformation, times when old paradigms are falling, when old systems are dissolving, when humanity is being invited to awaken to a higher way of being. And you, Pisces, were chosen to be one of the guides in this process. Your mission involves helping people reconnect with their spiritual essence, helping people remember who they truly are beyond the social roles they play, helping people access the wisdom that exists within them, helping people heal the wounds they have carried for generations. And you do this not necessarily through grand heroic acts, but through small daily gestures of love, compassion, and authentic presence. And this mission is not easy. Being a light worker, being a healer, being someone who carries a higher frequency of consciousness is challenging, because you will feel alone sometimes. You will feel misunderstood sometimes. You will feel tired of the weight you carry sometimes. But you are never truly alone. There are many other souls doing the same work as you, each in their own way. And there are spiritual forces supporting you, guiding you, protecting you every step of the way. And there's a very important detail about this Pisces mission. It's not about converting people. It's not about imposing your beliefs. It's not about making everyone think like you. Your mission is much more subtle, much deeper than that. It's about being who you are, living your truth, radiating your light. And simply by doing that, you are already fulfilling your purpose. Because you become a living example that it's possible to live more consciously, more lovingly, more connected to the divine. People will observe you even if you don't realize it. They'll wonder why you seem so at peace, even when facing difficulties. They'll wonder where your strength comes from. They'll wonder how you manage to continue believing in good, even when seeing so much bad happening. And some of these people will begin to awaken as well. They'll begin to question their own lives. They'll begin to seek something deeper, more meaningful. And all of this will happen because you planted a seed simply by being yourself. So don't underestimate the power of your presence. Don't underestimate the impact you have on the lives of those around you. You may think you're not doing anything special, but you are. Every kind word you speak, every act of kindness you perform, every moment of conscious presence you offer is contributing to the raising of collective consciousness. And that is sacred. That is important. That is precisely why you are here. The universe honors you for accepting this mission, for choosing to be here at this crucial moment in human history, for choosing to be part of the solution instead of being part of the problem, for choosing light instead of darkness, for choosing love instead of fear. And know that every effort you make is being seen, is being recognized, is being rewarded in ways you can't even fully perceive yet. Continue fulfilling your mission, Pisces. The world needs your light. Reason 12. Pisces is the bridge between the human and the divine. The 12th and final spiritual reason why God deeply loves Pisces is because you are the bridge between the human and the divine. You live with one foot in the material world and the other in the spiritual world. You can move between these two dimensions with an ease that most people cannot. And this makes you unique, special, sacred in the eyes of the Creator. While some people are completely immersed in the material world, concerned only with money, status, and possessions, you can see beyond that. You can perceive that there is something much greater, much more important, much more real than all these temporary things. And while other people are so focused on the spiritual that they completely disconnect from the practical reality of life, you manage to maintain balance. You can be spiritual without ceasing to be human. God loves Pisces because you don't deny any part of the human experience. You don't think being spiritual means denying your material needs. You don't think being spiritual means suppressing your emotions. You don't think being spiritual means living isolated from the world. You understand that true spirituality lies in fully living this human experience, with all its ups and downs, all its joys and sorrows, all its challenges and victories. And because you are that bridge between the human and the divine, you can bring heaven to earth. You can manifest spiritual energy into concrete actions. You can transform abstract love into real hugs. You can transform compassion into practical help. You can transform faith into courage to face life's challenges. And that is why you are so important on this planet. The world needs people like you. People who understand that there is no separation between the spiritual and the material, between the sacred and the mundane, between the divine and the human. Everything is one. Everything is interconnected. And you live this truth. You don't need to go to a monastery on a mountaintop to be spiritual. You can be spiritual while shopping at the market, while working, while taking care of your family, while living an ordinary life. Your ability to integrate the spiritual with the practical also makes you very wise when it comes to guiding others. You don't give vague, idealistic advice that doesn't help anyone in real life. You give advice that is both spiritually profound and practically applicable. You can show people how to bring more awareness to their daily activities, how to transform mundane tasks into spiritual practices, how to find the sacred in the ordinary. And being that bridge also means that you are constantly translating messages from the divine into a language that ordinary people can understand. You take complex spiritual concepts and transform them into something simple and accessible. You take subtle energies and manifest them in tangible ways. You take universal truths and apply them to specific situations in people's lives. And that is a rare gift, a precious gift, a necessary gift in these times. But being that bridge also has its challenges. Sometimes you feel torn between two worlds. Sometimes you feel misunderstood by both very materialistic and very spiritual people. Sometimes you get tired of doing this constant translation work. And that's understandable. But know that this is your role. This is your unique contribution to the world. And the universe supports you in this role. Every time you feel you are losing your balance, that you are leaning too much to one side or the other, ask for help. Ask to be rebalanced. Ask to find your center again, and you will be heard. You will be helped, because you are too precious, too important, too necessary to be left adrift. Keep being that bridge, Pisces. Keep bringing heaven to earth. Keep showing people that it's possible to be deeply spiritual and deeply human at the same time. Keep being that living example of integration, of balance, of unity. Because every time you do that, you're reminding humanity of its true nature. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. And there was never meant to be a separation between these two dimensions of our being. If this message resonated with your zodiac sign, trust me, it's no coincidence. When the universe wants to speak to you, it sends exactly the right signal. And you're here because you needed to hear this today. Your contribution as a subscriber or member is what keeps these messages alive. Messages that touch, awaken, and transform lives. And if this video made sense to you, leave your birth date in the comments. So my dear Pisces, now you know the 12 spiritual reasons why God loves you deeply. But remember, these reasons are not just information for you to keep in mind. They are truths for you to live, to embody, to manifest in your daily life. Each of these reasons is a sacred aspect of your soul that is asking to be recognized, honored, and fully expressed. You are loved not despite your characteristics, but precisely because of them. Your sensitivity is not weakness, it is strength. Your compassion is not naivete, it is wisdom. Your spirituality is not an escape from reality. It is a connection with the deepest reality that exists. Everything you are, everything you feel, everything you experience has a sacred purpose. And if you're going through a difficult time right now, if you're feeling lost, if you're doubting yourself, I want you to go back to this video. I want you to remember each of these 12 reasons. I want you to look in the mirror and recognize the special and precious soul that you are. Because God doesn't make mistakes. You were created exactly the way you needed to be created to fulfill the mission that only you can fulfill. So lift your head, wipe away those tears, take a deep breath. You are not alone on this journey. You have never been alone. And you will never be alone. The divine walks beside you every step of the way. Angels protect you. The universe conspires in your favor. And all of us here, in this community you are a part of, are rooting for you, sending you good energy, believing in your potential even when you yourself stop believing. Now I want to give you a challenge. During this week that is beginning, I want you to choose one of these 12 reasons that most touched your heart and make a conscious effort to fully live that aspect. If it was compassion that touched you, practice acts of compassion every day. If it was forgiveness, work to forgive someone who hurt you. If it was spiritual connection, dedicate time to meditate, to pray, to connect with the divine. Consciously live what you have learned here. And don't forget, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, now is the perfect time to do so. Hit that subscribe button and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any new videos. Because here we're not just talking about spirituality, we're living spirituality. We are a community of awakened souls, of people who are seeking to evolve, grow, and transform. And the more people who are part of this community, the stronger the collective energy of transformation we are creating together becomes. If the messages on this channel have made a difference in your life, if you feel they help you, comfort you, inspire you, consider becoming a member, a subscriber. Your contribution, however small, helps keep this channel alive, helps continue bringing these messages to thousands of people who need to hear them. You are contributing not only to the channel, but to the raising of collective consciousness. And that is sacred. So Pisces, I leave you now with this certainty in your heart. You are deeply loved by God. Not for what you do, but for who you are. Not for your achievements, but for your essence. Not for your successes, but for your journey. You are a divine masterpiece, a living miracle, proof of the infinite love that the Creator has for all His creations. Go out there and shine, Pisces. The world is waiting for your light. And always remember, you are not here by chance. You are here because the universe needs you, exactly as you are. With all your unique qualities, with all your gifts, with all your magic. You are needed. You are important. You are loved. Today, tomorrow, and always.